They told me the Diplomat Hotel was just ruins, an abandoned building standing empty since the war. But when I went inside, I realized ruins don't stay empty forever, not when so much blood was spilled within their walls. This is the night I went into Baguio's most haunted place and discovered what still lingers inside. The Diplomat Hotel sits high on Dominican Hill, overlooking the city of Baguio. From the outside, it looks like nothing more than a crumbling shell of stone. Tourists wander the grounds during the day, taking pictures. But locals, they know better than to go after dark. The hotel was originally a Dominican monastery. During World War II, it was overrun. Nuns and priests were tortured, many of them beheaded. After the war, the place was rebuilt as a hotel. But even then, guests reported strange activity. It eventually shut down, and since then, it's become one of the Philippines' most infamous haunted places. I didn't want to believe it. That night, a friend and I decided to prove it was nothing more than old stories. As we walked up the stone steps toward the entrance, I felt it. That heavy silence, like the whole building was holding its breath, waiting for us. Inside, the air was damp and cold. The walls were cracked, vines crawling through broken windows. We aimed our flashlights down the hall. That's when I saw it. A shadow at the far end. Too solid to be a trick of the light. But when we moved closer, it was gone. We laughed it off, nervously, and kept exploring. The first floor was littered with rubble. Old wooden doors hung open like mouths. Then, from the distance, came the sound of chanting, low, rhythmic, like a mass being whispered in the dark. We froze. "There's no one here," my friend whispered. But the sound grew louder. We climbed to the second floor, following the chanting. That's when my flashlight hit her. A woman in a nun's habit, standing at the end of the hall, her hands clasped in prayer. But her head was gone. The habit hung limp where her face should have been. Her body twitched once, twice, then collapsed into the floor. Gone. We bolted down the hall, panic in every step. But the hotel wasn't letting us leave that easily. The doorway we'd entered through was sealed shut. Not locked, sealed. The wood had fused together as if it had always been part of the wall. My friend banged on it, screaming, but I felt eyes on us. I turned and saw them, figures in every doorway, priests, nuns, guests, some with burned faces, some headless, all watching silently. The chanting rose again. This time it was deafening. The walls shook with every word. We stumbled into what was once the hotel chapel. The crucifix above the altar was broken in half. The pews were overturned. The smell of blood filled the air. Then I saw the altar itself, stained dark, the stones scarred, and in the corner, a pool of water shimmered. Except when I looked closer, it wasn't water. It was blood, thick, black, bubbling up from the floor itself. My friend fell to his knees, gagging. That's when a cold hand closed around my shoulder. I turned, but there was no one there. Just the sensation of icy fingers digging into my skin. The chanting reached a breaking point, like 100 voices screaming prayers all at once. The ground shook. And then, they came. Figures poured into the chapel, some headless, some burned, some missing limbs. They surrounded us, their mouths opening in silent screams. The headless nun reappeared in front of me, closer this time. Her hands reached out, trembling, as if she wanted me to take them. I couldn't move. My body was frozen. Then, she raised her hands higher, and blood sprayed from the empty stump of her neck, coating the walls, dripping onto me. I screamed. The lights of our flashlights shattered. Everything went black. When I came to, I was lying outside the hotel on the stone steps. My friend was there too, pale and trembling. Neither of us remember how we got out. The door we'd entered was open again, swinging in the wind. Locals say the spirits inside the Diplomat Hotel are restless, trapped forever in the place where they were slaughtered. I don't know how we survived that night, but I do know this. If you go inside the Diplomat Hotel after dark, you'll see them too, and if you're not careful, You might not come back out. Would you dare to spend a night in the Diplomat Hotel? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more terrifying true hauntings, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because I have plenty more stories waiting for you. Until next time, sleep well.